The Redmi 9A, let's check it out. Hey guys, Colin here from CH Gadgets, and in this video we have a nice little budget banger here in the house. And from what I've heard, this thing has a whole lot to offer. By the way, if this is your first time here and you love tech and gadgets just like I do, and you want to see all the cool new tech that I get to test and play with every week, then start now by clicking that subscribe button and tapping on that bell notification icon so that you don't miss out on any of my new videos when they drop. So this is one of the most affordable entry-level smartphone that you can get from Redmi right now. And like I said, it's entry-level, so you know they had to cut a few corners in order to achieve the steep €100 price tag that this thing is being sold at right now. But they were hoping that they could give you some of the same experience that you would get from their more higher-end Redmi 9, which is in the series. And what we're here to do is to find out how far did they fall from that, or how close did they come to achieving that goal. Let's check it out. As usual, shout out to my unboxing knife, the Garrett from Mantis Knife. Links in the description. I like opening new stuff. Ooh, and that's the presentation. There you go. So, off the top, oh man, this thing feels good. This thing feels good for a budget banger. Got some of the usual suspect, that SIM pokey pin tool, some get it started guide, and I guess it's a regular standard charging brick. You get a micro USB to USB-A. All right, so let's jump right into the main attraction, which is the Redmi 9A. All right, so there you go. Looking at that peacock green from the Redmi 9A. And on the sides, there you go. You got that volume rocker with the power button. On this side, got your SIM card tray. On the bottom, you got your micro USB charging port. You got your speaker and your microphone. And on the top, right there, you got headphone jack. The jack is back. But I like the color, that peacock green. It's pretty interesting. It almost has a bluish look, but it's peacock green. And what I like about this back is it got a really nice texture. For a budget phone, they sure put a lot of thought into this, because this thing has a really nice textured back. You hear that? Yeah, and it actually provides a lot of grip when you're holding it. So you know, my hands get slippery. There's your camera right there. Got a single camera with a single flash. It's I think it's a 13 megapixel shooter. And on the front, I think you get a 5 megapixel shooter. That's pretty much it for the tour. We're gonna fire it up. I'm gonna fire it up, put my information in, and I'm gonna come right back. I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna do some tests, obviously. Then I'm gonna come right back and I'm gonna give you my thoughts on the Redmi 9A in peacock green. This one looks pretty nice. All right, let's go. All right, so I've been checking out the Redmi 9A, and so far what I can say is, as you can see, look at that thing. It's a really nice display. So I could say that they've done a really good job. I'm pretty impressed, to say the least, based on the fact that this thing is only 130, 140 bucks. I don't know whatever the euro to US conversion is. I'm assuming it's about 130, 140 bucks. For 120 bucks ish, this thing it's got a lot going on for it. So as you can see, got a really nice stylish design, but also got a really large display, and the display looks really good. I mean, in my opinion at least, it looks really good. And watching videos, let's check that out.
Legacy of that shield is complicated. people need something to get behind. So what's our plan? So no plan. Great.
What's going on in that cyborg brain of yours?
You don't want to know.
Oh yeah, I can see it working. Gears turning. Oh, they're malfunctioning. They're on fire.
God, I hate you.
So yeah, I mean, so far it looks pretty good while watching videos. I mean, any videos you're watching on this LCD display. It's an HD display, but it actually looks really good watching videos on it. And the speakers, it's only one single speaker firing from the bottom. Yes, you can block it. You definitely would have to try and block it because they put it at the top, which is good. So whenever you hold on your phone like this in your hands and you're watching, usually the palm of your hand will be blocking the speaker if it's at the bottom right here, but this one, it won't be blocking it. So you definitely would have to try and block it because it's up there at the top. So it would definitely get some reverb in the palm of your hands and, give you that nice surround sound from the reverb. Yeah, so I mean, it's a single firing speaker, which, it's so far, it's working out. It could be better if it was a dual speaker, but you're looking at 100 euros. Like I said, some stuff had to be cut in order to achieve this price. And I think a lot of it went into this display and also the camera. And we're gonna talk about the camera soon. But so far, I mean, generally just using the OS and scrolling and actually loading apps, I can say for certain that there's 2 gigs of RAM inside of this thing, and I'm assuming also the processor, because it's not really as powerful as the one in the Redmi 9, but it's good enough. Because I'm gonna tell you real quick, I've been playing some games on this, but that 2 gigs of RAM, definitely, if you can get a 4 gig of RAM variant, definitely get that, because whenever you're loading apps, you will have to wait sometimes for a few seconds. It might keep you waiting for a few seconds till it loads, but it's not too long. For the average consumer who have never used a really fast phone, like any one of a Google Pixel or one of these other phones that got a really powerful processor with 6 gigs of RAM, they would never know the difference trying to load an app on this. So like I was saying, I mean, app smoothness, as you can see, I mean, scrolling, just regular scrolling through the apps, it's not that bad. It's pretty fast. But when you're loading apps, that's when you have to wait, because it's only 2 gigs of RAM. What I believe happened is whenever you load an app and then you close it out, kill that app running in the background. So whenever you try to load that app again, you probably have to wait for it to reload from scratch. So that's what happened right here, why it might keep you hanging for a minute. Yeah, so I mean, app smoothness, it could be faster, but we know what we're working with here is 2 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of storage. So you probably definitely going to need to use that upgradable storage. So you probably can upgrade this to probably 500 gigabyte with an expandable micro SD card. You can use 2 SIM cards in it, which is pretty good. So you can have 2 different numbers. Like I said, I'm really liking the color. Now, when it comes to the camera, this is where things. So off the bat, the camera is good. You can get some decent shots, some really decent shots out of this in fair lighting condition. But whenever you go over into low light, then that's where you're gonna see it struggling a bit, which we expect that. It's a single shooter, but the AI that they put in this, which is probably the same AI and the same camera that is in the 9, it works really well. It gives you some nice scene optimization when you take pictures, which is really good. So some of the trade-offs that I can say you're definitely gonna get with the Redmi 9A is it only has 2 gigs of RAM and 32 gigabyte of storage. So it may not be as swift as some of the other phones with larger RAM capacity and storage. But if you're coming from another budget phone within the same price class, I'm assuming with the same 2 gigs of RAM, then you may not even notice the difference. Like I said, the camera can give you some really decent shots in daylight and fair lighting conditions. But in low light, as I said, it may struggle a bit, but it's definitely gonna try its best to give you a good rendition of what it is. I'm gonna show you some samples.
Avant, tu voyais que de la merde. Maintenant, au moins, tu vois plus rien.
You only get 10 watt of charging via the micro USB charging port. Yes, I did say micro USB charging port, so no Type-C here and no fast charging. So the truth is, if you want a cheap, simple smartphone that can deliver the minimum, someone who doesn't have a high demand for multitasking and all that shenanigan, then this Redmi 9A probably a good option. To me, this is a great value for the money, and I definitely recommend it, but only if you know what you're buying and what you want out of a smartphone. If you're a power user like myself, then this ain't it. But if you want a simple communicator that can browse the web, watch a few movies or YouTube videos on this large 6.53-inch HD display and probably pass some time on social media or play some games, I did play Call of Duty on this one, then this probably definitely fit the bill. And it's definitely a consideration if you want to get it. Now, my recommendation is, if you're gonna buy this, then you're probably gonna buy this for someone like maybe your aunt or your uncle who's not really tech savvy, but they definitely want to get in the groove of having a nice large phone that they can watch videos on. Or maybe your little cousin or your little niece. This is definitely a really good gift for them. Because the thing is, it's really affordable, so you could definitely get it for them. So, you know, if you get it for your niece or your nephew or even your son or your daughter and they happen to drop it, it's really tough because it's made out of plastic and got Gorilla Glass, so it won't smash. But if they do smash it, then you know you didn't lost a whole lot. You could probably get a replacement. So that's my recommendation. From what I can see, this is a really nice phone. It's a really nice value. It's not the creme de la creme, but it's a good middle ground. It's a good meat. All right, so this is the Redmi 9A, and this is my initial impressions so far. I think it's a pretty good phone. I like it. So if you want one for yourself, check the link down in the description. And if you feel like being awesome, give this video a thumbs up. Smash that like button. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Peace.